The last time you had to raise a difficult issue with someone? Most of the time, we don't like confrontation. And I wonder if you're like me, we tend to avoid it. But when I have to raise a difficult issue with someone, I usually rehearse it carefully. I think about the issue, it usually eats me up. I think about the choice of words. Sometimes I get emotional hijack. I plan to fix what is wrong. And very often, without realizing, the problem takes center stage while the person slowly disappears. Today's first reading is striking because God does the opposite. Through Isaiah, God says, "Come now, let's talk this over." God does not begin with condemnation or correction. At least the tone appears to be that he begins with presence and a gentle invitation. Come now, let's talk this over. Even when sin is named, scarlet and crimson, it's not the final word. God's not interested in managing the issue. He's interested in restoring the person, saving the person from what might eventually harm the person. The gospel shows what happens when religion forgets this. Faith becomes preoccupied with appearances, status, and correctness. Words grow louder, but mercy grows thinner. The issue matters more than the person standing in front of us. There's a beautiful Japanese concept called ma. I just recently read about it. The meaningful space of silent presence. Not emptiness, not absence, but presence in silence. The space that allows the other to exist without being rushed, fixed, or reduced. God creates ma, that space with us. Space to be honest, space to be seen, space where conversation can happen gently. Come, let's talk this over. St. Francis lived this instinctively, especially at the end of his life. In his Transitus, which we celebrate the Jubilee of, weak and nearly blind, Francis did not cling to explanations or achievements. He wasn't proving anything. He allowed Ma, that silent space, for him to let go. He rested in God's presence. He trusted a God who loved him not as a problem to be solved, but as a person to be received. This is the Franciscan heart of Lent, and maybe we are all invited in this Jubilee, this Franciscan Jubilee, to enter into this Ma. Perhaps I could make that quiet Ma space with God of silence, of silent presence. 5 minutes, no fixing, no rehearsing, just entering into the presence. And when I do that, I could also be invited to create that space with the other, with a friend, a family member, not trying to fix the person, but trying to recognize the person. Come, let's make that space together. To listen to the person where the person becomes center. Because God invites us to this and is teaching us how to repent.